Mr. Swann with the Shooting Channel, and today I have Manu
Toiga.
Some of you may recognize her face, and I'm going to let you tell a little bit about who you are and the show you're on, and also what you've got here.
Okay, well, I'm originally from the far northeast Queensland, growing up on a sugarcane farm. So right from a very young age, I've had to use my my common senses and my ability to survive, even just from growing up as a child. And then I went into the military, so it kind of like added onto my survival skills, and then I basically graduated coming into the primitive survival. So I have already done, I've done a few shows, TV shows involving survival, but my latest one was with the Discovery Channel, Naked and Afra. And I was in the northwest region of the Panama, and of course my weapon of choice, as I'm going to call it, was the Ontario. I used the Ontario machete in World War II. But even, I mean, it's a beautiful device, but once being in such an extreme condition, like that, you realize it's like if you are limited with your tools, that you can't do anything really creative just with one type of tool. So I actually came up with and collaborated with a partner to come up with the ultimate survival tool. And not only it's a tool to be carried to the jungle, which is in my machete, but something that I can carry out into the desert, up into the mountains, anywhere. This is what I had in mind when I came up with my SM18. I also have it in the 18. I also have it in the 24. So
well, show us a little demo and tell us about what's going on now.
Well, absolutely. A lot of people, the first thing that they ask a question about is like, what is this? And this is what I'm calling the Spur. And a number of the reasons, if you think about the machete, what it's used for is the excessive hacking, the ability to hack through heavy material and so on. But what's missing is your small utility knife. And so when you're going out in the fields, you're usually carrying a minimum of 2 items, if not more. At least this minimizes just down to one tool. The Spur acts as your small utility tool to be able to do shaving, feathering of your sticks for your fire, whittling, making your primitive tools, spear tips, etc. I mean, that's the main purpose for that. And believe it or not, it's very, very well balanced in your hand. Work with. It's just easy, very easy to use. On the inside, the pointed here, use it for gutting fish, skinning your animal, deer, or whatever hide that you're working with. So you have that ability there. And it's also sharpened all the way around here, so you can actually cut through, slice through with ease. You can also cut through just regular materials, plastics, and you can also cut through vines, like cutting away vines or rope or anything else that you need to slice through. And when you think of it, it's very easy to maneuver and use. And you can also use this knife quite safely. The other great thing, a lot of people are asking, why not extend the blade all the way back, to the back here? Well, one of the main reasons is because of the fire lighting tool. Basically, you're able to use this blade as a support right here on the ground. You have your bundle of tyndall underneath here, so you're not going to disturb your bundle of tyndall. And then you're able to go ahead and strike your fire lighter without upsetting your tyndall inside there. I didn't get a spark there, but
I've seen it.
You see it. You see it.
Tell us about the saw.
Well, the saw, on my first prototype, if you look at the teeth in that is what you're going to see typically on your machetes, or any type of saw back.
Which you have to really work at.
It's more of a pulling you know, and there's a lot of energy goes into that. So what I have done, having used the Swiss Army knife and of course carpenter's saws and things like that, what I've done, take a look at that. You can see.
Absolutely.
It definitely represents a Swiss Army knife, and anyone who has one knows how effective that saw is. But it's only little bitty. Why not make it into a solid? And it is safe to use. One hand, less effort. It goes back and forth. And I've also used the two-handed, you know, for extra hardwood. And it goes through very clean, very easy, and you're not getting any bites and, you know, trying to jig around, you know, the machete. The other great thing that I love about this is another reason people ask, why didn't I extend the blade here? Simple reason, you can actually use it as a hole to be able to draw your knife back for shaving, or even just working your knife back and forth like that without hurting yourself. That's the reason for that. The Manu hook, as I call it. What we're doing is, like, when we're out in the field, everyone knows, don't turn up any logs without looking underneath. You know, you're going to pull away from you, you know, whatever reason. So this hook actually gives you an added extension, going out, hooking up and pulling up your logs or your rocks and things like that. The other great thing is you're clearing away debris off the ground if you're preparing an area for your shelter. Right, so that's just another way to clear your area. It's another great way to clear away vines that, or any obstruction that is in front of you. I've actually used it to pull ivy off the, you know, off the side of your house and everything like that, and it's just so easy to work. The great thing too is you've got that orange tree in the back of your yard, or that branch that you just can't quite reach, so you're actually able to reach up, pull down, grab that orange. So it certainly is a lot of different things. And I've also used it as a climbing aid. Yeah, as a climbing aid. And so being able, if you're climbing up steep areas and things, you're always trying to reach that extra inch or something like that. Well, this is going to give you the advantage. And for some reason, it just gives you that extra lift to help you along. Now, the holes that I have in the handle there, they are also serving a purpose. You know, it's not just holes there for looks. The main thing is that this big hole, you can actually put your own strap in there, to place it around your wrist for security on your wrist. The other thing is that you can use the holes are all different sizes. So, you know, for straightening sticks, for making arrows, etc. You can actually use it as an aid to straighten all your arrows. As you heat the wood, and you just place it through. So it helps straightening the arrow, isn't it? Yeah. And so, you know, you've got your various sizes as well. But there's also another purpose why that is there and why this is here, the hole here. If you need an extra extended advantage, and this is something that I wish I had when I was in the Panama jungle, because I actually thought about it, like, why not tie the machete onto a pole to see if we can reach the coconuts? Well, of course, it failed miserably because you couldn't secure the machete, particularly when you're just using vines, you know, and it was dangerous as well. So basically what this does, it's a securing point on the blade, on the front, so you secures that, and you've got 3 securing points on the handle. So when you do reach up, you know that it's completely secured. You can actually hack, use it as a hacker, and then of course the hook. What do you think? It's just like an extended pole to hook down things. So this is certainly the ultimate survival machete.
Well, it's one of the best survival tools I've seen yet, one of the coolest knives I've seen yet at Atlanta Blade Show. And I know it's getting ready to come into production. Can you tell them where they can find it or how to get in touch with you?
We are still looking for a manufacturing company. I have been approached by several already, so I've been a very busy lady, you know, like, okay, well, let's see, you know. At least I'm getting the advantage, like, I can pick and choose, like, oh, I'm going to go with you. But in the meantime, just to continue to be updated about where I am with the production and manufacturing of this, you can keep in touch with me on Twitter at Michelle, Manu, M-E-S-H-E-L-L, Manu, M-A-N-U. Also, you can email me if you wish at survivalqueenmanu@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I will make sure as well, once it hits the stores, I will make sure to post it as well. So it'll be there.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it was such a pleasure meeting you. It's been awesome, and we've been chatting here for the past few days.
Yeah.
And actually, a mutual friend hooked us up, and we hope this summer to have some really cool corporate seminars coming out. So look forward to that. All right, guys. Well, again, this is Christian Swann with the Shooting Channel.
Manu.
Yeah, and remember, everything that happened today should have happened because it did. Have a great day.